A racket? I just loaded up the game a minute ago. Didn't know I had a first person mode, anyway. Who are you? What are you doing over there? What are you swinging at?
Game.
Volleyball. I think. Alright. I did collect a volleyball. It's this guy again.
Game.
Oh. Oh.
Game.
Alright, click sword fighting. This, whatever this is. Oh.
Game.
Welcome gamers to our Nintendo Switch Sports review. As you can see at the beginning, there was a skit. I hope you enjoyed that with my special guest here in the first person mode for me. I appreciate you doing that.
No problem.
So,
Anytime.
Nintendo Switch Sports, what do we think of it? It's a really good game, a really solid, fun game. We're going to start with going through each sport. We'll start with actually volleyball.
Volleyball?
Yeah, we'll start talking about volleyball. Volleyball's pretty fun, pretty simplistic. Was that in any of the other ones?
It was. Well, I want to say it was in a previous Wii Sports game, but I don't remember what time it was. I never played it much.
I don't think it was in regular Wii Sports.
I don't think so.
It
It might have been
in
Wii Sports
Resort,
Resorts or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's pretty well done. Now the only issue that I personally have is the controls with not blocking, but some of the hits are a little funky. To me, he was a little better with it than I was, though.
It wasn't too. I mean, I just kind of picked up the controller for it.
Yeah. Now you can choose your Miis, or you can choose the characters.
The characters that are in the game that are kind of like Miis.
Volleyball still, I like it. I mean,
it was fun. Yeah, fun with volleyball.
I mean, it's your basic volleyball. You got your dodge kind of attack. You got your
blocks.
Your one here, yeah, the blocks, and you got your spikes. So yeah, 2v2 it is. It's pretty fun. You know.
Fun. It's obviously one of those things you do better. The more people you have over to play.
Yeah. Tennis. We didn't play a whole lot.
A little bit.
We played a little bit.
We did that one. I know me and you did me and you did the one match online, then you did.
We'll get to the online, but the offline
from the street.
It's great. It's very familiar. It's exactly like Wii Sports Tennis. You know, exactly the same. Really, there's nothing different aside from the environments in the background and stuff, which is always
and
it's
the
a lot
Miis
better.
don't look ridiculous. They actually
they have hands and stuff. They look slightly different, but not too bad. Are you shooting the table? I don't know. Whatever. As for tennis is just very familiar, same thing, you know. Badminton. Badminton's new.
Badminton, I don't think ones before.
Yeah.
I have one any comment with tennis. I recommend having at least like 4 people for that if you're doing it locally, because otherwise you have to control. Because in the game, if you have only 2 people versus each other, you'll have yourself and then a copy of yourself. You have to you swing both of them at the same time because they act the same way.
Yeah.
So I do recommend if you play locally, have more people.
It's a lot more fun when you have more people. But if you're playing by yourself, I mean, it's still really simple. I mean, you control the front and the back person, and that's exactly how Wii Sports was too, as well, I believe.
Yeah, because some of the games on there, they would give you just copies of yourself.
Yeah.
Swing the same way you would.
Now badminton. Badminton is new. At least from what I recall.
It's weird.
You could correct us, but I don't know.
My only complaint with the badminton is that you can't serve normally. You can't just do underswings. You have to actually.
Okay, yeah. You have to serve it up, and aside from the serving, you can time the hits specifically the ways.
Yeah,
that
so
you want
it'll get like a good hit, then a perfect hit.
Yeah, there's like colors too. If it's
green
like,
means
it's
it's
like
a normal, nice.
It's a normal regular
hit. If it's like a yellowish, it means it's good. Perfect time.
It was a good. It was a perfect hit. If you hit it and it's yellow, then you got a perfect hit. And then if you continuously do that, there's a point where it will be purple, which is basically essentially a spike. And those spikes are very hard to hit back. You basically stun the person before they even.
Yeah, that's because when it turns purplish, I mean, because you would fumble. You would fumble if you swung too early as it's coming your way.
Yeah.
Although I don't know quite sure how that works. I feel like it's kind of wacky with how it works. Like, because I feel like some points when you were swinging for it, you shouldn't have fumbled it, but it did anyway.
Now, Shambare, I think it's called. Shambara, whatever you want to call it.
It's sword fighting
exactly
in the Wii Sports
like,
Resort.
Yeah, it was just like Wii Sports Resort. Now, the weird thing is that it's not as high up as it was in Wii Sports Resort. So like the fall is shorter. But I don't see how people have a gripe with that. I don't have any issue with that. I think it's perfectly fine. Plus with the environment of like the people around, like things are a little bit different than they used to be, and there's more going on in the background than there was back on Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which I think is pretty cool.
What's the elephant in the room of the swordplay though is that there's 2 new sword modes.
Yeah, it's not just the single play swords. There's also the charge blade, which if you hold the back trigger and you can charge it up every time you get a successful block, and when you get that successful block, there's a purple on the blade that builds up, and then you can use the front trigger, not the back trigger, to be able to do a more powerful attack to knock them back even further.
And then there's the dual blades.
Yeah, which the dual blades are kind of weird the way that they work.
It's weird because it's sad because it's only because you can't actually swing them at like the same time. You only swing one at a time until you get that because it has a bit bar. It builds up automatically. It's like you get a strength and swing, you spins and stuff. That's the only time you'll swing.
Like you can't like swing like this or that. Like
you have to swing one at a time.
You basically swing them either one at a time or like they both go the same ways. So dual wielding is a lot different than I thought it was going to be, than what I was expecting it to be.
Although weirdly, I really like the normal one, the normal sword play, like normal sword a lot more.
Yeah, I think standard is honestly the most fun, to be honest.
I had the most fun with it. I mean, the charge blade, see how it was really fun to me. I had a hard time trying to do the block.
And the double, it's just funky to me. It's a little bit weird. I mean, some people out there will really like it and really enjoy it, but I thought it'd be more fun, and I thought you'd be able to do it like cross type of attacks. But I get it because then the person can't really block. Because there's specific ways you have to be able to block. Like if a person's hitting this way and you're blocking like this, then they're going to go like this and get stunned. And then if a person's hitting this way and you're blocking this way, then yeah, you got to be able to stun them. So I understand that, but I don't really see the point why they did the double blade stun.
I mean, it's cool content. It's a cool idea. It's just I feel like because I actually more. And then I will say the blocking is weird too because I feel like the tracking's off. Because there's been many times where I blocked, I swear I should have, blocked it and been able to get like a counter slip. Yeah. A lot of times that won't happen.
Yeah, the tracking on the blocking is very, very
funky as well. You can't make you can't direct with the Wii Sports Resort, the tracking allows like the whole marketing thing. The Wii that was there. Yeah. It was a bit fun to play on the Wii.
So bowling. This is the most important one, I'd say, that everyone has the most fond memories with. Bowling is, it hasn't changed much. It's essentially the same exact thing. And the curving is the same exact way. The only difference is that the back trigger that you
have to hold the entire time.
Yeah, the back trigger that you hold to be able to bowl, you don't let go of it when you let go of the ball. You have to completely continue to hold the button until the ball actually goes.
Yeah, otherwise it's disqualify the entire throw.
Yeah, so then you have to just rethrow. Yeah, so I don't really like that personally.
It's only if you just lower it, because it feels more natural when you let go after you throw it. Because in real life, you wouldn't be throwing. You wouldn't be holding the ball still.
Yeah. So I think that Wii Sports executed.
But everything aside from that, it's great, and I love the new mode they have, the special mode.
Yeah, they added a special mode where they'll add little obstacles and beams and different things on the course, hills, to make it more challenging for you.
In a sense,
I didn't play a lot of golf, so
because if you ever played golf, you have a golf.
Yeah, well, it's cool that they. So it's cool.
It's really fun.
Yeah. It's really.
It's definitely worth a try if you're playing, especially if you're playing by yourself. Or just have a couple friends over.
Oh, absolutely.
Or even online. I don't know.
Yeah. So I like that they added that. So like Wii Sports had like the 100 pin challenge and stuff. The better thing about Wii Sports is the fact that they had more mini games and stuff. This is where this game is unfortunately lacking.
Although it did just drop it last night.
Yeah. But Wii Sports, it was right off the bat, it had all that stuff. So that's the unfortunate thing, is that it's kind of lacking when it comes to like mini games and stuff outside of the main games. Bowling is really the only one that did something extra outside of the other games. The other games are just the way that they regularly are.
Although, I mean, it has been confirmed with DLC for
yeah, so
just
I
add on.
It'll probably have at least a couple of years worth of updates.
I'll take a minute though for it first, because they have to end it.
Yeah. So what's the last game that we're missing here?
Because we did the only thing we haven't soccer.
Soccer.
We haven't
Oh,
talked
okay.
about
This is
soccer
the big
yet.
one. This is the big one.
This is the big one because I don't think
They've never done
anyone
this.
has never done.
They've not done this before. So yeah. So soccer. This is you get a vibe of Rocket League to it in some ways.
To an extent.
Your character gets a stamina bar. You can use the leg strap if you want, but I mean, it's
We just played using.
yeah. I don't know. I guess there's that goal mode we didn't even try, but I've seen people do it. Where you just literally
kick the ball straight.
You just kick the ball straight in, and apparently you have to use the leg strap for that. But we didn't really care about doing that one. Yeah, I mean we know what it's about.
They demoed
As for
it.
1v1s or 4v4s,
it's worth it.
It's pretty fun. It's really fun. Actually.
I think it's great for local play too.
Yeah. And it has that fun Rocket League vibe. You have a stamina bar on your character. Your character can bop the ball if you like turn.
Yeah,
them,
if you
like
lunge,
a
if you
specific
thrust
way.
them, you
Yeah.
will do a headbutt, which will be like a power hit kind of.
Yeah. I like the way that they got it going. It'd be very interesting if they could do above 4v4 eventually, or add. I don't know if they'd go that far because 4v4 is mostly like Rocket League could do too.
Yeah.
So but I think they could add more ideas to that soccer though.
More modes, something like that.
I don't know about modes, like special moves and stuff that your characters maybe could do.
That's another one, but that is another one where I have a gripe because the tracking is a little weird. Because sometimes if you swing in the left one, to try to do like a left kick, because it does. Although I don't think it matters which way you swing.
And there have been points.
It would do a power. It would do a thrust.
And there's points too when like our buddy would be playing and the ball like he swear he hits it and then it doesn't. And the other guy hits it and it kind of went through him, which is kind of funky. But again, the game hasn't even had any patches or updates yet at all.
It's still
so
it's definitely worth the play.
Yeah, for a day one, it's still really good. I don't know if I'd recommend buying it day one for like the $50 price tag. I don't know if I'd recommend.
Maybe wait for a sale or something.
Well, yeah, because it'll be.
It's a great game. It's really fun, but
it'll probably be $40
until they release the DLC. I don't think it's really worth that much.
Yeah,
so
I think it'll be worth
for a sale.
I think it'll be worth $40 come the holiday season.
Or if you have a bunch of gold, save it up for something. Use that to try to get discount.
Yeah, but come Christmas time, I think it'll be $10 off or whatever. $10 off.
We'll definitely.
Yeah, I think $40. I highly recommend the game for sure. Absolutely worth it.
It's like one of those ones. It's kind of like I feel like it's also essentially for people who have like a lot who hang out with their friends or have a lot of friends come over all the time. It's perfect for local play. It's kind of like Smash. Well, you kind of have to have it along with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So you want it for local play.
So we got to talk about the online. So the online didn't really make sense. Only me and him played the online, and it didn't really make much sense to us.
It wasn't horrible, but bowling and soccer, you can't really get a match because we think it's probably because lobbies are really full for bowling and soccer.
Possibly.
But at the same time, even if we did verse people, it feels like we're versing a lot of the younger audience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that could just be because we're older people.
Yeah,
playing
and I watched someone last night as well talk about the game, and he played online, and it was the same thing that we had, where we're facing real people online, but it's like we're facing 10-year-olds or something because there's no challenge. We're not getting any challenge out of it. It's weird.
I feel bad for the viewers because we kind of clowned on them kind of hard.
Yeah.
Soccer was fun.
Yeah,
soccer was
like in bowling. In bowling, we had our scores in the hundreds, and the one in third place was like 50 or 60.
In 60 to 50.
So it didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
I feel like there's a thing there, like a matchmaking kind of gap.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I really am. I don't know what's going on with the online, but like I said, the game hasn't had any patches yet and stuff, so maybe they'll fix it.
It would be nice to see Nintendo do a patch or like an update for it where they start to make off. But it'd be nice to see Nintendo do a update where they make it so that they kind of fix the servers and lobbies for that, so you don't lose connection all the time, and you can actually get matches when you want to.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like bowling's probably one of the better ones to play because you get so many points
16,
towards your game.
Yeah,
points.
16 players in bowling online, which is really cool. It's just the fact that we had no challenge because we were doing really.
In the end, we ended up versing each other basically.
Yeah, we were the last two left. It didn't make sense to me that we play these games online and we're just demolishing the other teams without even trying. Even in soccer, we demolished completely, and me and him hardly had to do anything.
I felt soccer was fairer though, just because I stayed in the back. I didn't really go. I was at the same time I preferred to play defense.
But the other team didn't get anywhere, and you and me didn't even score. It was the other players in our team that scored. So I was like, what?
I got one score, and that's because it kind of rolled as I forget it.
Well, anyways, that's the online experience of the game right now. I don't know if it's gonna change.
We can, but one more thing I want to say about the online, we can both kind of agree. I don't really like how they made it so outfits and everything are exclusively online.
Yeah.
Especially for people who don't have access.
Yeah, so some people may not have access to it, but the outfit, you can unlock outfits and rackets and swords and all that stuff for the mode.
Yes, you unlock a bunch more stuff for playing online.
Yeah, but you can only unlock this stuff by playing online, which is
kind of like I wish they did that.
Yeah, because
I hope they fix that in the future.
Yeah, because the thing is like there's some people who either don't have access to online or have really bad internet or whatever the case it may be, and they can't unlock any of this stuff in the game at all. It's fine that you can play the game and have fun and stuff, but the fact that those features are online only features is kind of a big negative.
Because it's just like a privilege for those who get extra cash. Especially if they with any fancy premium things like with the topic on PlayStation updates, how they're updating their online service in the future. If they do anything like that with Nintendo, it's gonna be even more expensive to get online now too. Yeah,
so. And the game will probably get support for at least 2 to 3 years, probably. I'm assuming, and it's probably gonna be a really, really hot seller, especially come the holiday season.
Especially people getting Switches now, they're gonna want that. Especially if they have like friends and family that play a lot.
Definitely. So, rating?
Rating? I give it 9 to an 8.5. It's really good, but it needs some work, obviously. And it just came out though, so I guess I won't hold anything against it too much. What would be your rating for it?
Oh, it's an 8.5 for me. I wanted to give it a 9, but I gotta give it an 8.5 just because the online being weird and funky. The game's not having any extra mini games to them aside from the bowling thing having something fun in there. I'm glad that they added that. With the base game, but I hope that they build upon it and take some ideas from Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts that they had and build upon the game with mini games. Not just adding golf in the fall, but also add mini games in there, including golf. So I hope that in a Nintendo Direct they add more in there because like they easily could have added not just regular tennis, but added in the wall tennis thing and stuff. But they didn't.
They could have added like a table tennis, which is ping
pong. Oh yeah, ping pong. Yeah, that'd be great.
They could have added that easily.
I hope they do.
Again, I feel like that's going to be in the future. I do know there has been some type of people wanting like a dodgeball mode, and I'm all for it. I feel like that'd be the problem.
Yeah, I know it's shaking again. So is that it? Covered really pretty much everything.
I don't think I have any more further comments.
So,
but it's all around good game. If you have people who play with you, you go having other friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or if you're getting a Switch, I do recommend getting it for it.
Yeah, for sure. People to play with, that's the big.
And if you have online services,
if you don't have the people to play with, but if you have online or something, then I'd say
definitely grab But obviously, I do recommend waiting for like a sale.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with only 6 games right now, there's not a ton to work with right now. Hopefully over time we'll have double that.
Yeah.
And mini games included in there as well.
Maybe have extra special modes too.
Yeah. So anyways guys, I guess that's gonna do it for us. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the review with the skit and all that. Subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy as well. And I guess we'll see you guys. I will see you guys next time. He probably won't, but
maybe.
Thank you for showing up and
anytime.
Helping with everything.
I will say they should check out the stream because it should be archived, I think, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna save it.
They should.
Yeah.
Go check out the stream we did yesterday.
Yeah, we did like basically an 11-hour stream. Well, we didn't just play Nintendo.
Well, yeah, we played a bunch of stuff.
But,
a bunch of friends.
You can if you want. So, all right. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.
Oh. Shouldn't be too hard at this. The good first part of that. The fallback. It keeps making it harder, man. Just negative points. At this point. Alright.